Alright? Okay, I'm justifying a manifesto known as There Is Only Cthulhu. Among the members that contributed to this are Arjun Sudik, Amy Harvey, Austin Kilgore, Jeff Senderhaas, Connor Hall, and Mercedes Morgan. Right, an elaborate ruse. The fact that Cthulhu does not exist is in fact an elaborate ruse. The Muse, to an extent, the Muse is in fact Cthulhu, because he is what causes the writer of the manifesto to write. A ghost. Cthulhu is lying in wait. In a sense, he's laying in the dead city of R'lyeh. So he is a ghost, but he's still around. And us saying that he's still around and will eventually awaken is a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the more we think that, and the more we have psychological issues as a result of it, according to Lovecraft, will cause the reawakening of Cthulhu. Cthulhu is seen to a great extent in silhouette in a lot of the drawings and referenced in the manifesto. Magical protection. Cthulhu is magical, and he has more or less protection because he is immortal and cannot be killed. He has protection from the elder gods, because he is one. A mad prophet. The manifesto is written from the perspective of a mad prophet who is trying to warn everyone of Cthulhu's awakening. Search for freedom. The writer is searching for freedom from the torment that he receives, or the psychological issues of knowing that Cthulhu is coming, but having no one believe him. Like I said, psychological torment. Both humans, all humans at a subconscious level, are tormented psychologically by Cthulhu and his eventual return. But this writer, specifically, is also very psychologically tormented. An urban wasteland. R'lyeh was once a great city, but now it is a wasteland located deep in the Arctic Ocean. An unwanted visitor. Cthulhu, if he awakens, would be an unwanted visitor to the world. An unwitting pawn. Every human is an unwitting pawn to this Cthulhu scheme, because every human, like I said, has a subconscious psychological turmoil over his return. A nightmare. Cthulhu is very much a nightmare creature. Ruin. The city of R'lyeh, as I said, is now a wasteland and has many ruins from its former greatness. Unwanted visitor again. A lost one. Cthulhu is lost amongst the ruins of the great city of R'lyeh, but eventually he will return. Hesitance. The writer is also very hesitant to talk about Cthulhu, although he does make a great deal of effort too. A hunter. Cthulhu is a hunter, as well as being sort of a god, and he will hunt down and kill humans. A myth. Many think that Cthulhu is just a myth. This writer says that's not true. Shadows. Like I said, Cthulhu is often seen in silhouette, which implies shadow. A discovery. Cthulhu is, or many of the elder gods are in fact discovered in R'lyeh or other great cities, but really, more importantly, the writer wants you, the reader, to discover the fact that, discover for yourselves that Cthulhu does exist and will return. A family. He mentions the star spawn of Cthulhu, which is involved in the Cthulhu family tree, for lack of a better term. A non sequitur. When initially reading the manifesto and you come across when he just randomly starts saying there is only Cthulhu, that's a bit of a non sequitur. Blindsiding. To an extent, you may be blindsided when reading this, because you don't expect it to take such a weird turn, but also humanity will be blindsided when Cthulhu returns. A myth, again, for some reason. Lost in a strange land. Cthulhu is himself lost in the strange land being Earth, populated by humans, which is not known to him, so he reacts to humans with malevolence. Harbinger of Doom. Both the writer is a harbinger of doom because he foresees the end of the world when Cthulhu returns. Extraterrestrial beings. The elder gods, including Cthulhu, are in fact extraterrestrial and came down to Earth before humans existed. Greed. Cthulhu is very greedy. He wants to have more power and kill all humans. Hallucination. Many believe that Cthulhu would just be a hallucination, like many sea monsters or such, but in fact he's real. A twist. The manifesto takes an odd twist at the beginning when it starts talking about more conventional religions, and all of a sudden it talks about Cthulhu. That is, in a sense, a literary detour from talking about actual religions and talking about Cthulhu. Insubordination. Cthulhu is viewed as essentially a god, so by attempting to keep him asleep, and fighting Cthulhu, you are, in a sense, being insubordinate to his power. Madness. Cthulhu will drive you mad, as the writer has almost been driven mad, because of the psychological torment that Cthulhu forces on humanity subconsciously. A chronicle. This manifesto is a chronicle of sort of what will happen if Cthulhu comes back, and why he remains asleep. The sage. The writer is also a sage for telling people, everyone who will listen, about Cthulhu's return. A person, place, or thing. Cthulhu, Ryla, etc. The collapse of civilization. If Cthulhu returns, it will cause the collapse of civilization. A sneak attack. Cthulhu will rise out of his sort of MO is to rise out of the ocean and attack ships. Sneak attack. The start of something great. From Cthulhu's perspective, his return would be the start of something great, as in the reign of all of Earth and the destruction of all humanity, but obviously that's not great to us. And a collision. Cthulhu would be colliding with humanity, and humanity would lose. That's the manifesto.